We all know Tokimitsu as this introverted player with a very gentle personality. How good do you think would he be if he had a huge ego just like the rest? Continue watching this video to find out. Tokimitsu is a very interesting character as his mentality is far different from the rest out there. He seems to be very self-conscious as he lacks confidence in his place, which is far from what Ego Jinpachi is looking for in a striker. However, Tokimitsu's anxiety and fear of being worthless to others is what drives him to become such a beast on the field. He holds a lot of skills that are actually really crucial in certain situations, such as his unlimited stamina. His muscular build and quickness overwhelmed tons of players during the second selection, including Barrow, and that is why he is part of the first clear team. These abilities are big reasons why he was ranked number 3 after the first selection in the first place. Ever since, we have not seen too much about Tokimitsu, especially since the start of the Neo-Egoist arc. But obviously, that is because he is under PXG with Rin Itoshi and Shido. I'm really excited for that match, and I hope we get to see more of him, and maybe he might even become more egoistic, but I doubt that will happen. At this point, I see him more as a defensive player since he has the perfect abilities to hold people down. I do not think that he has the ego to compete with the rest and become the best striker in the world. He is a gentle guy who is willing to do the right things just to win, as he does not want to be labeled as worthless by the others. I wouldn't want to be worthless as well to the eyes of others, so please make sure you are subscribed to be notified whenever a new video comes out. But what if you always had that ego in him from the start? He would have been at least number 2 on Rin Itoshi's team, but who likes to be number 2 forever? Tokimitsu used to fear not being accepted by others, but now he fears not being the world's best striker. It is an all or nothing mentality for him, and so he strives to become Rin Itoshi's rival and beat him as he is the current number 1 player in bluelock. This would start another rivalry within a team, a battle of egos similar to how Isagi and Barrow devoured each other. Keep this in mind though, Tokimitsu is not just a strength junkie, but he also has a lot of football IQ as he is a football nerd and knows a lot about players' information, just like how Shido can tell players' positions. But in this case, Tokimitsu can use any player's strength and weakness against them. This ends up becoming another weapon for Tokimitsu as he knows how other people play after some time spent on watching others' films and games. As it finally came to potentially his final game in the second selection, he finally finds the best opportunity to bring Rin Itoshi down during the match versus Isagi and company. It seemed like he knew that he was going to end up still being number 2 or even worse at the end of the game at that rate. He was able to do his research on his brother Sai Itoshi and ask Rin about his relationship with him mid-game. However, Rin doesn't budge and ignores him as he continues to play the way he does. But a few moments later, he kept going as he desperately wanted Rin to break. He eventually mentions that he plays the way his brother does, and that he is just a copycat. Rin Itoshi gets frustrated and says that he is nothing like him at all. But this makes Rin hesitate for a split second, and allows Tokimitsu to take advantage and create his own goal. With the ball now in his own hands, he charges through the defense, passing Barrow and the rest of the team with his sheer strength, and makes the goal with the fear of not being the best. He keeps this up and takes advantage of the inner conflict inside Rin Itoshi that drove him to not only beat his brother Sai, but also put Tokimitsu in the dust. However, it was already too late, and Tokimitsu has already ended the game while scoring 3 goals. This led to Tokimitsu being the number 1 player in bluelock at the start of the third selection. During the World's Best arc, Tokimitsu was actually the only player to score against the World's 5 in the match, as he knew how these players played since he is in fact a football nerd. In the manga, we see a goal from Rin with a pass from Bachira, but it will be different in this case as Rin is still bothered mentally. However, this would change during the U20 vs bluelock match, wherein Rin Itoshi abandons his rational way of playing and starts to destroy hideously just like his flow state. This was because he did not want to be labeled as an imitation of his older brother. This would then lead to the downfall of Tokimitsu as he has been put in his place. He would have to climb up again to the top, but it would be harder with the development of the others and the introduction of U20 players from Europe. What do you think would have happened if Tokimitsu had that egoist mentality in him from the start? And if you have any scenarios that you would want me to cover, let me know down in the comments. Have you ever wondered what would have happened if Nagi started playing football as a child? Check this video out right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thank you for watching.